Hey guys, it's Professor Pro, and Animal Crossing New Horizons looks absolutely incredible, but we still don't know much about the game. I mean, think about it. We had the initial reveal at E3, which explained the game's most important new additions, crafting, the island setting, etc., but the New Horizons portion of the September Nintendo Direct was basically a retread of information we'd already received during Nintendo's Treehouse presentation. Sure, we got a few new teases, like this fruit energy thing that no one understands, and a few other things, but besides that, it was mostly old news. From there, we had 3 painful months featuring almost no news at all besides the occasional screenshot drop, which we would all analyze for excruciatingly long amounts of time. But that takes us to now. January of 2020, 2 months before the game comes out, and we're still in the dark about a ton of the game's features. Nintendo said this themselves in September.
What we've shown you here today is truly just the beginning.
So far from what I've seen, the main concern people have is that we haven't seen shops or buildings of any kind really, besides the airport and various houses. Some feared that the Animal Crossing team had gone crazy and decided to remove shops altogether. Now, let me get this out of the way. I do not think that shops have been removed. You guys have to remember that almost everything we've seen of New Horizons so far is very early game, and the whole point of the game is starting from nothing. Of course we're not going to get a bunch of shops right away. In fact, I'll go as far as to say that we'll see shops as well as the museum next time Nintendo shows off the game, which will most likely be in a January or February Direct. But, if I think shops are such a lock for this game, that begs the question, how will we get them? New Horizons explores completely new territory by having your town be completely empty when you get there, so it's not like there's going to be a full-on main street already built like in New Leaf. Additionally, we aren't mayors anymore. As far as we know, public works projects are a thing of the past. So, how will we eventually see the Able Sisters, Blathers, Kicks, and all the other establishment owners that we know and love? Well, considering New Horizons is all about crafting, I think it would make perfect sense for us to be able to build the shops in town. Now, don't get me wrong, it would be completely ridiculous for us to go up to Tom Nook's workbench with a bunch of stone, build an entire freaking museum, and just plop it down wherever. That would just completely ruin any immersion this game still has left in it. No, I suggest a different way of building. If any of you have played Stardew Valley, it would be very similar to how you get farm buildings in that game. There's a set amount of materials that you need to get the thing built, as well as a price. I can see New Horizons doing something nearly identical to this, and it would definitely make material crafting even more of a necessity than it already would be. So, who would you bring these materials to? Nook? Nah, that guy's got his paws full making houses and running his own company. I ask you guys, who is known to carry tools, already has a construction worker look to him, and was recently fired from his job with a promise to have a new one in this game? That's right, good ol' Mr. Resetti. I could not think of a more perfect person to have this job. Of course, he wouldn't be alone and would tackle every task with his brother. This is my prediction for how you'll get things built in this game. Want a new bridge so you don't have to keep your pole vault on you all the time? Go down to Resetti's and he'll get to work on it, so long as you have the materials and bells to make it happen. Yes, I know, some people might find this tedious and grindy, but honestly, I just find it enjoyable. Stardew Valley did it great, and it never felt like a pain to do because it never felt like there was a rush. Animal Crossing could definitely do something similar. If you want the building as soon as possible, sure, you might have to grind a bit, but if you just go about your everyday life picking up stones and wood as you would fossils, it could be very fun, almost relaxing. But those are just my thoughts on the matter. As always, I want to hear what you guys think. Is my construction Resetti theory right on the money, or do you guys think that we might get shops and buildings in another way? I just want to be able to see my favorite mole without having to break the rules or wait for some specific conditions to be met. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Professor Pro, out.